Self-filming your hunts is one of the best ways to share your passion with others. Whether that's from a blind or a tree stand, you want to make the audience feel like they're on the hunt with you. If an animal walks across a screen, the audio needs to match that. Give the audience that perspective by using the right equipment. The type of microphone that you use will greatly determine how real the experience gets for your audience. A shotgun mic like the Rode, by design, should be the best fit for our application. If you're just getting into self-filming or you're looking to upgrade a setup that you already have, I think it'll be a good purchase for you. But let's first take a second to understand why it might be a good choice. Microphones are going to fall into a few basic categories. The key difference between them is the pattern or the shape of sound that they actually pick up. For our application, we want to look for a type with a polar pattern that captures sound in front of the device and not so much from the sides. And we're not worried about what's behind us because we're actually going to have the microphone mounted on top of our camera, and we will be pointing the camera at what we want to capture as far as video and audio. Omnidirectional mics like lavaliers or clip-ons are going to be best suited for interviews. So we've all watched the guy in the tree stand that gets up there and gives an update like, I took a dump this morning. It's 55 degrees. We got a south wind. And those are great, and they work best for that application. But we don't want to use that type if we're trying to fixate the sound that we capture at some distance away. Bidirectional mics are going to be best suited for recording someone giving a presentation on stage. And these aren't really what we're looking for either. We want what's called a supercardioid mic. Now the Rode Videomic Go is a supercardioid, and that name cardioid comes from the root word cardio. So think cardioid, heart. It's going to have an elongated heart-shaped pattern, and that's really what we're going to use for this application, and it's going to be the best fit. So think about if you wanted to light up the side of your house. You would probably use a floodlight and not a spotlight, because the goal isn't to see something far away or to fixate on one object. It's to light up a large area and capture a lot of sight. Whereas like a spotlight, you'd want to use that to see something far away, like 100 yards. And the reason is because the pattern is condensed and it's fixated. We're going to take that same concept and apply it to the microphone that we want to use. And that's why a supercardioid like the Rode Videomic Go is a good fit for what we want to do. So the test will be a head-to-head comparison between the onboard microphone in my camera and the Rode shotgun mic. I want to find out two things. Is there a significant improvement in quality of sound with the shotgun mic over the onboard mic? And if there is a significant improvement, is it enough to really matter to make it worth the price tag? So I'll start each procedure with the onboard mic first and then the Rode shotgun mic after that. I want to do an interview, and then I want to take a couple of shots with the bow at 10 yards, 20 yards, and 30 yards to find out if the performance is really worth it. Before we get to tests at various distances, I wanted to test within the camera versus the Rode shotgun mic at various distances. I have to say that heading into the test, I was pretty skeptical about the kind of performance that I would get out of this microphone. I thought that it wouldn't be that much more significant than the built-in microphone, but at 10 yards, I was right. I really couldn't tell the difference between the two. I thought that, the difference was negligible, and if you're really picky, maybe you could tell the difference. At 20 yards, it became very clear. The shotgun mic definitely outperformed the built-in microphone. And at 30 yards, I was really blown away. Hearing that pop made me think, wow, this thing is worth every single penny. The clear winner is the Rode shotgun mic, and we definitely confirmed our theory that it should perform well. It's designed to do things like this. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Could you tell a difference? Had I not mentioned which one was which, would you have known? Let me know. So for this part of the video, I'm actually going to be filming with my cell phone using its built-in microphone. And the reason is I just want to show you the Rode Videomic up close and be able to handle it. And if it's sitting on top of my camera, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. So this does not have its own power source. It actually draws power through the camera. You need to make sure that the type of camera that you have allows for a microphone to draw power from it. If not, you'll need to get a microphone with its own standalone power. I'll include a link in the description to Amazon where you can find the version of the Rode VideoGo or Rode Videomic that actually has its own power source. It's about $50 more. This was about $100. Picked it up at Best Buy. You can find these at Walmart.com, Adorama, Amazon, and then Best Buy. It's well worth it. It's not entry level. It's not something super cheap, but it is a mid-level option. It's not going to give you super professional sound, but it's going to be a step up from those $30 to $50 models and 2 steps up from the built-in microphone within the camera. So it actually comes with this little windshield. As a complimentary item, I would suggest replacing that with what's called a dead cat. I'll include a link to that so you can check that out on Amazon, but those are probably about $15 to $20. And for our specific application, if we're up in a tree or in a ground blind and the wind is supposed to be in our face, that wind gust is going to hit the microphone and you may pick up some of that in your videos. So getting a better windshield is going to help alleviate some of that and make your quality a little bit better. So the second complimentary item I would get is probably a longer cord if I was wanting to shoot with like a boom mic or a pole. But since this sits directly on top of the camera and just plugs in like that, there's no real need. This is a 3.5 millimeter jack. So if your camera doesn't actually have a mic input, this is not going to work for you. But what I like most about it is that the camera that I got actually has a cold shoe mount with 3/8 inch threading on top of it. So if you can see that there, that's where this will slide onto. So it just slides on like that and then tightens down with a ring. Nice and snug. And it's not super bulky, it's not in the way. The only thing that I do not like about this is when you have this plugged in like that and you move your articulating screen, if you try to flip it, like let's say you're filming yourself like this, if you try to flip the screen, this headphone jack gets in the way, so you got to pull that out and put the cover back on, then articulate your screen, then flip the cover back off, and then plug your jack back in, just like that. So there are higher end models available. Like I said, this is a mid-level option. If you want really good sound, try to look for the more quality options. The old saying is true, you get what you pay for. And for $100, this gives you a decent option that'll get you through, but don't expect to be, making super high quality videos with, mid-level or budget equipment. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you got value out of this content, go ahead and give it a like and let me know what you think in the comment section below.